Hi friends, welcome to our live today, a paper crafting live. I'm Peggy Noe. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie, whose bow was straight 2 minutes ago, and now it's a little crooked. Is that Vicky? Hello Vicky, how are you today? Yes, Vicky Egan, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're early from Arizona. How's your weather over there, Vicky? It's warm here, warm but not excessively hot, so it's not too bad. I hope it's good for you because I know it gets so bad over there. So it is, let's see who that is. Jan? Jan. Okay, so I can see a little bit, that red writing. I don't know why it's red here, but good to see you girls. It's the middle of August. I can't believe it. It's the 16th already. Lori, good to see you. Yeah, it's already the 16th. So now I'm not feeling so bad about fall, being excited about fall, right? Fall cards and fall things. Well, today we have fall stuff for you. Ross, good to see you. Yes, she's got her black bow, but if she moves very much, she's already almost gotten it out once, so you can hardly keep up. Tina, Granite Falls, North Carolina, only 86, no humidity. That's not bad. Vicky, oh my gosh, 106 in Arizona. Oh, well, I guess that could be down from the teens, right? And Tammy, good to see you, Tammy. We are going to do 2 fall cards today. I am on Facebook Live, am I not? Yes, I think I am. Anne, good to see you. I'm on both at the same time. Let me check my other phone here. Let me confirm, because usually, yep, I'm live on Facebook and I'm live on YouTube at the same time. Isn't that a wonder of electronics, a wonder of the world? Holly, good to see you. Yes, twice in 1 week. Who is that? Susan from Colorado. Yep. Twice in 1 week. I always do 2 a week. I do a Wednesday and a Friday because I enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Paula, good to see you, Paula from Virginia. Welcome, welcome. So I don't want to take too much time with our kind of beginning stuff. Oh, okay, I was a bit fuzzy. I'm sorry. Maybe I was moving too much. We are going to do 2 cards today, so I don't want to waste too much time just lollygagging. I want to get right to our cards. So oh, Cherie, good to see you. Real quick, I want to say our news, which is be sure to use your bonus day coupons that you would have earned if you earned any in July. Make sure to use them with only half of the month left. I want to make sure those don't go to waste. So you have to use them. The last day is August 31st. So make sure to use your bonus day coupons. Annual Catalog Designer Series paper is 15% off this month. Select papers, but generally most of the non-super fancy, like non-glimmer paper and stuff like that, that is all 15% off. And online exclusives. Okay, that is the big deal we're talking about today. We're going to do use two online exclusive sets. I'm going to use them together on 2 cards because I want you guys to really love the online exclusives, because I do. There's so much great in there. I might have told you there was something I didn't. Oh my gosh, Diane, 111 in Cave Creek, Arizona. Oh my gosh. We're talking about online exclusives, and there are things, something someone showed me the other day that I didn't even know was in there. So I have a link to the online exclusives. It's a direct link that you can use to go straight to my Stampin' Up! Store, the online exclusives. For Facebook, it's up above, and YouTube, it's down below. So be sure you go there and check out what they have. I'm going to put Ellie down here. She's anxious to get down. So we're going to get started with our cards right away. I hope you don't mind if I do 2 cards in one day, do you? I didn't think you would. Okay, so let's move over there. Okay. Now, here's one card we're gonna do. I have to say this is my favorite because I love this ribbon and I love making bows. And here is the other card we're gonna do. They're both fall. So when I saw on the calendar that it's the 16th of August, we're clear. We can make fall cards. I checked, and September 22nd is the first day of fall. So as card makers, hello Carol, we need to get started with our fall cards. And fall cards can be birthdays, they can be thank yous, they can be anything, any cards that are sent during the fall season. Of course, they can be Halloween cards, they can be Thanksgiving cards. So these are the two we're gonna make. And the two sets that I'm gonna use today that are online exclusives, the Scenic Pumpkin Patch, which I kind of looked at and I went, you know, it didn't grab me, but now that I'm playing with it, you guys, it's adorable. Look at these little pumpkins and their little vines. We're going to have fun with this. And the other one that we're going to use is a really nice bundle called Frosted Forest. And I just checked on the inventory status report, and the dies are low inventory. Here are the dies, they're beautiful, plus the one that we're going to use today. I have it in an envelope over there. But another thing that's fabulous, when you get the bundle, you get masks, and we're going to use the masks today. And there are some, I think there are some other masks that I'm not using. Oh, here they are, yes. So there are masks for these three different trees. I know, yeah. The smaller one, the larger one, these are kind of Christmassy trees, I think, these two right here. So we're gonna do this one today, which I think is the fall looking tree. So you get masks and dies and a stamp set all as part of the bundle, okay? And I just got both of these myself, and I thought we would use them today. We'll play with them. So let's start first with this little card. Now, the pumpkins are from the Scenic Pumpkin Patch, and the little thank you sentiment is from the Frosted Forest. Look at that cute little thank you in there. So we're just gonna make some cards. Okay, and this one is a little bit, oh, hi Georgia, good to see you. Your pre-order arrived today. Oh, good. Okay, so let's just, and here's the little envelope I made. Look at that little vine. I'm going to show you how to do that. And this one isn't too hard, so I think we can zip through this one pretty fast. It's like a bonus Friday, right? 2 cards on a Friday, so we'll call it a bonus Friday. So this is your basic card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 in basic white cardstock. And we're going to add some pumpkin pie, of course. We're going to add pumpkin pie. Let me just turn that around. A 4 by 5 1/4 piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. It's one of the ones I use mostly in the fall, but still other times of the year. So we're going to do our framing here that, you know, I like to do. Frame your vignette, whatever you're making, we'll call it a vignette today. And this paper, this is not on sale, but it's from the Iconic Celebrations paper, designer series paper. It comes 6 by 6. It's also an online exclusive, and it has some cute little acorns. The Iconic Celebrations are really, it's a bundle, more than a bundle. It's kind of a suite, and it's for all seasons. So it's for Christmas, the fall. It has some stuff in there for New Year's, Valentine's Day. So Iconic Celebrations, if I'm thinking about paper for a particular occasion, lately I've been going to the Iconic Celebrations paper because it has all the seasons. And I thought this was super cute. So that's what we have to get started with. That's our beginning. Now we're going to make our cute little pumpkins. And this, we're going to start with a basic white piece. And it is, I'm using the measurement down here. I could also use the measurements on the side, but I'm going down in the left-hand corner. 4 by 3 1/4. Okay, so let's start, and we're going to make our cute little pumpkins. So we're going to use pumpkin pie. I'm going to put out all 3 of my inks here so we can use that, because you kind of need to use them like right in a row, because this is for the pumpkin, this is for the little stem on the top of the pumpkin, this is Mossy Meadow, and then we're going to use a little bit of Granny Apple Green for the vine. So I hope I keep my stamps straight there. All right, so, and there are quite a few stamps in this Scenic pumpkin patch set, 17 different stamps. You can make a lot of scenes. I think that's why it's called Scenic. So I want to try to get these even now, because the way I did the sample, I kind of stamped them right across, and I can fit about 5 pumpkins. So let's see if I can do it again. If not, we'll have to turn the paper over. I always try to prepare myself in case I don't do it right. Okay, for some reason, Tracy, you weren't seeing me live on Facebook. I'm watching myself live on Facebook on my other phone. That's interesting. Okay, we're going to start out with some cute little pumpkins. So let's put one right here. Just like that. Okay, we'll do several. We'll do one. We'll just put them, see if we can get them kind of in a row. Trying to do 4 or 5 here. I might end up with just 4. I think we're going to end up with just 4 on this one. Okay, that's fine now. And then there's this adorable little stem. Now, if you don't mind if I show you, what do you think these guys are? I thought they were birds, okay? I thought, oh, that's nice. They've got some birds. No, not at all. Those are not birds. Those are stems for the pumpkins. They look like birds, but they're not birds. So this little tiny one is an individual stem when you do an individual pumpkin from this set, okay? So I'm stamping it in Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm just gonna put that little stem on there. Look at that. I mean, it is just too cute. And you barely need to press, just very light. And you're going to end up with stems on all 4 of them. Gosh, I've got them going down in a row, don't I? Well, that's a little odd. Okay, let's turn it over and try again. Okay, you can see live on Facebook. Yes, they're so cute. Let me try this again, because it is the right size paper. I guess I want to try it one more time. Do you mind? I want to try to get these guys in going the right direction. I was going downhill. I don't know why. You know, when you do it live, it's just, I get just a tiny bit nervous, even though you guys don't make me nervous. But it's just that you want to do a great job. And so I sometimes get just a little bit nervous. Okay, we've got 5 now. They still are going a little downhill though. Okay, let's get our cute little stems on. And I guess I could have done the stems more in pecan pie, because stems are they usually are kind of brown, aren't they? Rebecca, good to see you. But I'm doing Mossy Meadow stems here. Okay, just a few little Mossy Meadow ones. Okay, and now we have this adorable vine. I mean, it took really playing with this set to really kind of figure out what all these fun stamps are. Look at that little swirly vine. It's just too cute. And so I'm going to try to put a few little, oh boy, whoops. I put it in Mossy Meadow instead of, this is Granny Apple Green, which makes it brighter. So that one will be a little bit darker. And we'll just put our little, the stems and leaves are just so cute. And maybe we'll try to go a little different over here. Isn't that just cute? Really, I couldn't even stand it. When I started playing with this to see. Oh, they don't grow straight. Oh, Carol, thank you. You're very, very gracious. Yes, the shading on the pumpkins. I agree, Holly. Mary Lou, good to see you. So really, you can just do so much. This is one that you can just have a lot of fun with. All right, so this is going to go right there, and then across the center, we're going to have the words thank you. And remember, I mentioned that the thank you sentiment here is from the set that we're using at the same time, which is Frosted Forest, and it has this cute little thank you. And again, these are online exclusives. They're only found online. So you have to go online and look under online exclusives. So this is our little thank you. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. And we're going to, let me make sure I have enough ink on there. And we're going to just go straight across this strip. It's 1/2 inch by 4. Oh boy, okay. We can turn it over. Oops, no we can't. Okay, I think I put 2 strips in here in case I made a mistake. Nope, I didn't. I thought I did. Alrighty, well, I'm never short of basic white cardstock, right? So we'll just grab another little piece and I'll cut a 1/2 inch. It is bad to be a perfectionist. So this is a cute little paper trimmer that Stampin' Up had some years ago, and I just love it. I pull it out all the time for little quick situations like this situation. So we'll just try it again. I don't mind making little mistakes because I know you guys have the same thing happens to you. So if I did it perfectly, then you would think, oh boy, I can't do it perfectly. But I want you to know it's all trial and error, and it's only paper and ink, and we can have fun and play. And sometimes I don't press as hard as I should, or sometimes I press too hard, and so you just grab another little piece of paper and that solves all the problems. Okay, there we go. Now we've got, really the card is just about finished. This is why I wanted to do 2 of them. So now we put this little 4 by 1/2 inch strip. Oh, it's a little shorter than 4, but that's okay. It'll work. Right across above our little pumpkins. We're just going to glue it right down. It's a quick card to make, and I think it's really cute for the fall season. That's right, I was going to go over a little bit. Just like that. Okay, and now we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and let that dry just a minute because we're going to put our ribbon around, and I want to make sure that's dry. So in the meantime, we'll stamp a little pumpkin on the inside of our card. I should have done that when I had all the inks out, right? Error is okay. Thanks, Georgia. Well, I have one of my friends says, you know what, if there wasn't an error, if you didn't make a little mistake, they would think it was a, you know, from a company. And this way they know it's a handmade card, and that is very, very true. So let's put a cute little pumpkin down in the corner here. And we'll also put one on the outside of our envelope as long as we're stamping. Can you see that? Okay. And then we'll get our cute little stem, Mossy Meadow. Put the little stem there and a little stem here. And then we'll do our little vine. I'm going to be stamping these pumpkins all over the place, you guys. I am, because they're just too cute. I just feel like I'm going to be stamping a lot of them. So if you get a card from me, it might have one of these little cute pumpkins on it. I didn't know I was going to like this set so much. That's my problem. I think it's probably some of you have the same problem, that once you see how fun and cute a stamp set is, you're like, oh my gosh, what took me so long to get it, because it's so cute or fun or pretty or one of those things. So let's seal these up, And then we can finish our card by tying our beautiful ribbon. This is, at this moment, my favorite ribbon. This is the black and very vanilla, what do they call it? Large check ribbon. And as you know, I like to have long tails, as you might say. That's what I call them. I like to have plenty of ribbon to tie a really nice bow. So we'll just tie a bow, and you know what? You can tie a knot. Never feel bad about tying a knot when you see me tie a bow. I like to tie bows, and I like bows, but knots look just as great on cards. In fact, sometimes I think they look more classic than a bow. But as for me, I can't help myself. I have to tie bows because they're just cute. So there we go, and I'll straighten that out a bit. That's the thing with tying bows, is you straighten afterward. You just straighten it up. That's what makes it pretty. You puff up those little loops there, just like that, and then we'll see about trimming our edges. And you know, the one thing I noticed is the word thank you is kind of in the center here, so it's not a big deal if your ribbon hangs over the other thank yous, because they're bound to see a thank you here because we've stamped quite a few thank yous. Oh, let's see. Every time I cut it shorter, it doesn't look even. Okay, there we go. And now we're ready to put this right on the front of our card with Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's see, where are my Stampin' Dimensionals? The pumpkins up close? Yes. Yes. Aren't they darling? And you can stamp that little vine on either the left or the right side of the pumpkin. Isn't that just cute? So that is, and nobody's going to see that back, okay? You guys don't tell anyone, because nobody will notice. They won't see it. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and put a dimensional right over the ribbon like that. And that will keep the ribbon in place. Let's make sure I like the place where it is before I secure it. Okay, just like that. There we go. So you could make several of these to have on hand as thank you notes, or you could make a nice little set of 4 to give as a gift. This would be a lovely gift to give someone. Let's see. Okay. And I could have put my pumpkins lower down. I see that now. But I didn't. So, it's still pretty cute. I still really like it. So that's the first card. Here was the one I guess I left quite a bit of space too. So that is card number 1. Okay, now let's go ahead and make card number 2. So let's pull out, this is card number 2, and this one we're going to make with the Frosted Forest stamp set. And it really is, it is pretty Christmassy, but it's really for any time, because it has a birthday sentiment. The thinking of you is what we're going to use. No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. I like that. And thank you that I used on the other one. So, okay, this one we're going to do several things. And let me see what all I've got here. I've got quite a few pieces of paper. I'm going to start with the masks, okay, because I mentioned to you that this comes with a set of, excuse me, a set of masks. And I wanted to show you how to do the masking. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this is my paper that I'm going to use for the tree. The tree here is created with the masks. They're floating in the air. You would ground them, but that's just me. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll put it up here. I'm going to tape my paper to my glass mat, and that's so that it doesn't move as I add the different masks, okay? So I'm using some Post-it labeling and cover-up tape on my blog at prettypapercards.com, no, I don't want to put that there. Let's see, I want to put the tape in these two corners. I'll put another one here then. On my blog, I think under resources or something, under one of my tabs, I have my products that I use like this. So you can find this if you want to order it and just click into Amazon right from my blog. Okay, now, these are the 3 masks we're going to use. I didn't clean them off because this will remind me the colors that I'm using. And if you'll notice on the masks, they have a little, do you see that little triangle right up here? That helps you line them up. So when you line them all up with the triangle, then you know you've got them in the right place. And they also have numbers. Can you see the number 1 right under the triangle? I'm not sure if you can. Maybe a little bit. 1, 2, and 3. It shows you the order to do your masks. Hi, Kay. Good to see you. So what I'm going to do, I've got a Sharpie here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my first mask, decide where I'm going to put it. And the only thing I care about is that it's on the paper. Okay, that's a really good thing. So I'm going to hold it over there, and then I'm going to, right along that triangle, I'm going to draw on my glass mat. Another reason I love the glass mat with that triangle. So every one of my masks now, I'm going to line up to that triangle, and that way we'll know that we're doing the right thing. We've got it in the right place. All right, so the first mask I'm going to use, it's the main tree, the trunk of the tree, and I'm going to use copper clay ink, and I'm also going to use one of our blending brushes. And so I'm just going to put my ink up there. And this one, I don't have to do it soft or anything. I can just do it nice and dark. Whoops, whoopsie. Okay, there we go. And I just want to make my tree really dark. So I'm just really pressing and really smushing that down because I want that trunk to really show. Just like that. And there we go. So that's the first layer. And let's see how that turned out. There's our tree trunk. It's a little bit off, but that's okay because we're going to cut it out with a die. So now we're going to put on the second layer. So we choose mask number 2. It has, oh no, that's number 3. Wait a minute. Number 2. And we're going to line that up right on the triangle. And you can see that it kind of covers up the trunk of the tree, right? And I'm going to use here crushed curry ink. You can use any inks that you want. You've never used the masks, Tracy. They're easy. They're really easy. And this is a nice set. It's going to last, you know, I mean, it's a good fall winter set. It's a great set. So now I'm going to get it just so happens I have both the large and small sizes of the blending brushes, and so this is just the one that I use with crushed curry. You can see I made a boo-boo once and used a little green on it, so there's a little green down there. So this is crushed curry. I mean, some people wash their brushes out and use them with the same ink, with different inks, but I don't. I just kind of have, I have yellow ones. I have them for different colors. So all you do is just hold your mask in place and just brush on there, and it really doesn't matter. You don't have to have, you know, like the same kind of consistency like when you're blending behind a scene. You have to be so careful not to have blobs and stuff. This is the kind of blending I like because because it doesn't really show your mistakes. In fact, it's better if you have the different variegations of color there. So that's the second one. And now we'll put this ink away for right now. And I'm going to use, then I'm going to use 2 colors, okay? I'm going to start with Peach Pie for number 3. I don't know, I just decided to get a little fancy. So I thought I'll just use a little Peach Pie here. So I line that up, and here's my little blending brush for Peach Pie. I just wanted to get 2 colors. I'm going to come back in with Pumpkin Pie in a minute. but I just thought I'd add a little bit of peach pie, just as a lighter shade, because you know, fall leaves are just many colors. In fact, you could use all kinds of things, like you could use Berry Burst, you could use Blackberry Bliss, a lot of our beautiful colors on this. And then I'm going to come back in with my pumpkin pie ink. So let me grab that here. Here's the pumpkin pie, the little darker orange blending brush, and here's my pumpkin pie. And I'll put my mask back on, line it up to that triangle there. And I can even, if I want to, I can raise it a bit so that I can add this color like as an outline to what's there already. So let's see how that turns out. We'll just see how that works. I just raised the mask a little bit from my little triangle guide there. And we're just going to see if that makes it kind of fun. It just adds a little more color. Isn't that cute? Not cute, pretty, fallish, very nice. I like it. You can do so much with, I really like masks. I think they're fun. So now what we can do, this little guy, we can leave him there. I'll clean him off with alcohol later. And I'm going to pull my card up and we'll cut our tree with the dies. The tape worked just the way I wanted it to. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to use my scissors, because I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine right here. And this piece is a little too wide for that, this piece of paper. So I'm just going to cut around it so that it'll go through the machine real smoothly. And that just cuts off my little tape and everything. So that's ready, and now I just have to find my dies. I thought I put them in the envelope here. I did. Good. Here's the die, and this again is the die from Frosted Forest. Okay, that's the set I'm using right now, is the Frosted Forest. So we'll just put our tree on there, on our plates, and we're going to cut the tree out with the die so we can put it on the card. We'll just cut that out. Not a lot of die cutting with this card, but just a little bit. Okay. I always love when you take the die out and you see how pretty it is. Carolyn, good to see you. So there's the tree. Didn't that turn out nice? I really like it. Great tree. Okay, so now we can continue on with our card. And so we're going to use a card base of pumpkin pie, 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4 again. And these, both of our fall cards today are in the landscape position. Okay, now what we're going to do is something else fun. I told you we're just doing a lot of fun things. We're going to take another piece of basic white, the same measurements, 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to pull in this large tree stamp. This is the, I mentioned to you that we have the 3 trees on this stamp set, and I'm using this one here today. So what we're going to do is we are going to use, I think we're going to use these 2 colors. And we're going to do something fun. We're going to create our own background. We're going to be stamping off, and I'm going to show you how fun this is and how it makes such a nice background. Okay, and I have a piece of paper that I've been using as my piece for stamping off. So I have my stamp mounted, and I'm going to just ink it up. Got on my finger a little bit. And I'm going to stamp, whoops, I better go this direction, sorry. And I'm going to stamp off, and I'm just going to stamp it on this paper. And I really like that look. It's very faint, and it's just, I think it makes a really nice background. So stamp off, and I'll just stamp right there. You see what I mean? It's faint and nice. I really like it. Okay, and I think I'll put another one right down here. Okay, now I'm going to come back in. I probably should have done my light one, my crushed curry first. I'm going to just really try to clean that off just a little bit, like that. And then I'm going to come in with my crushed curry and do the same thing. Stamp off, and then stamp right there. My main goal here was to try to get the trunks to be going the same direction, you know, not to be going kind of even. Stamp off and stamp in the corner. And there we've made a really nice background for our card. Isn't that nice? This tree is neat. I really like this tree. Check out that stamp. I mean, it's just, I just like all the way it is. I don't know how to describe it, but I really like it. Okay, we're going to leave the pumpkin pie out because now we're going to bring in a larger set of pumpkins from the pumpkin patch, Scenic pumpkin patch. And what we're going to end up doing is we're going to put our tree kind of like this, and I'm going to put the pumpkins in a row down here. So let's ink up these pumpkins. Before we used one, and this is a row of 5. So I'm going to put a row of 5. Let's hold this guy here again to make sure that I'm going to cut off the edge there, and to make sure I get it in the right place, I'll put one there. I'm going to stamp twice to get a longer row of pumpkins, like that. Okay, there are our pumpkins. And now we're going to go back in like we did before, and we put their little stems on. We're not going to put vines this time, just the stems. And check this out. These are the little stems. Remember I mentioned I thought they were birds. For those of you who came in a little bit later, I thought these were birds. They're the stems of the pumpkins. It's just so cute. So I'm using Mossy Meadow, and I'm just gonna, they really work just right. You just hold them over the top of the pumpkin, and check that out. They just come, it's just amazing how cute these are, how they made them to work out just right. Look at that. I know. I didn't even know I was going to like it so much, Georgia. I really didn't. So there are our little pumpkins. And now our card is just about finished. What we're going to do is we'll go ahead and put our tree on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to cut off the stem a bit, and I'm going to cut off the edges a bit. So my point is just to get the tree on there. I want it to look like the tree is kind of off to the side a little. And what did I do here? That's right. I took one of these little edges, because a full dimensional is too wide for the stem of the tree. So I just cut off the edge there, and it works perfectly. And you just put it right on there. I think I might have gotten it. Yeah, I got it a little off. Let me move that a bit. Okay, I'll just move it over. I was excited I got it off the stem for some reason. Okay, so we'll just pull off our little covers there, and we'll put the tree right where we want it. I don't want the top to go up off this piece, so we'll just do like this. Okay, and then we're going to come back in and trim off the parts that come off the card, just like this. You just trim it right up to the edge of the piece. There we go, we're ready to go. And now all we do is put it on our card base, and then we'll stamp our sentiment. And I'm just going to use glue to put this on, some multi-purpose liquid glue. And then the sentiment is going to be also from the Frosted Forest set. And I should have a little piece here. Let's see, here it is. Here's our little piece for our sentiment, and we're going to use, I think I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink if I can find it. Here it is. Okay. Mossy Meadow ink and our sentiment. Thank you, Tracy. It's a really, these two sets together, I was going to use just one, and then I started combining them, and they worked out perfectly. I think they go together well. Thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. Isn't that nice? Really nice sentiment. And then I've decided to cut this out with one of the Stylish Shapes dies. The Stylish Shapes dies are so basic. They just have so many great shapes, and this has a great, oh, I got some ink on my fingernails. It'll come off. Okay, I'm going to just, this is curled up a little, and the plate is curled down a little, so if you just press like that, you can get it to line up. Kind of like that. That should work. I hope it does. Okay. Okay, here we go. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I don't usually make 2 cards, but I really wanted to show you all these things today. So now we can put this right in there. And let's see, we're running a little bit late. I think I'll leave off the baker's twine or the linen thread this time. We'll just put the dimensionals on, and then we're going to put a few little gems. You got to put gems for bling, right? Okay, here we go. So there's our sentiment. That background I really do like. Really like that background. And then for the gems, I'm going to use the pecan pie and clear ribbon dots. And when I was on the inventory status report a little while ago, I believe these are, if I read correctly, these are still available. And I thought this pecan pie looked really nice here. So we'll just sprinkle a few of these around. I think they kind of, even though the tree I used, for the tree I used copper clay, but I think this pulls that in really well. Isn't that cute? Okay, so here are 2 cards from today. Your 2 fall cards used with the Frosted Forest bundle, which include the dies and the masks, and the Scenic pumpkin patch, which has not birds but stems of pumpkins. Okay, this is the prize for next week. Whoever, if you put the word prize, you'll get both of the cards that we made today, because I have duplicates that I can use, and you'll get these too. So that'll be the prize for next week. All right, let's come back, and we'll award the prize from last week. So last week, the prize was the In Color Shimmer Gems. And, oh, I chose a winner, but I didn't put it down. Hold, please. Hold just a moment. I didn't put it on that paper, but I put it on my clipboard. Marcia Fonte. Congratulations, Marcia. I'm glad that you won. I will be sending these to you. In fact, I don't think I've seen Marcia on here today, but she usually is, or she'll watch after. So, Marcia, I have your address. I'll get these to you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching my lives, which is why I always like to give you prizes. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Create. And if you don't have these 2 stamp sets, they're in the online exclusives, and I'd appreciate you ordering them from my online store. The link is